So while I may be a coach of sorts, I don't actually tend to believe that positive thinking is a great way to go about fixing your life. Affirmations are kind of like beating your brain with a hammer until it surrenders, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So instead of going with affirmations, there are a couple other approaches I would generally encourage people to utilize in order to start rewiring their brain. And the three that I generally go with start out with questions. So there's this concept of something called affirmations by Noah Cloud, I think is his last, St. Cloud. I don't fully remember his name, but he has this concept of affirmations, and this is something that I kind of utilized in my own life before being introduced to him, but I kind of like the term that he uses. But it's this idea of, rather than trying to force yourself to believe something, you go about life in kind of an investigative manner where you go, okay, today, how can I find proof that insert whatever belief that you're wanting to believe about life? So if you're wanting to view yourself as attractive, for example, you could say, what proof can I find today that I am attractive? And then you're kind of pre-programming your brain to look for reasons for this belief to be true. You do this enough times, and eventually the evidence is just going to overwhelm you, and you're going to naturally start to believe this thing. Another option is to actually just choose to resolve to believe something. So this is not necessarily repetition. It's bringing up a different emotional state. And I've talked about resolve in some other videos and the power of that. Dr. K is really big into the resolve type of mentality and how discipline is based on your sense of resolve. But you can say, today I resolve to believe that, insert whatever belief you're wanting to play with, Today I resolve to believe that I can become a millionaire. Or today I'm going to resolve to believe that I can find the love of my life. And whatever the belief is, you can pretty much do the same thing. And if you sit with that for a little bit, you close your eyes, you touch your heart center, and you think about resolve and the belief that you're trying to bring into your life, that's going to kind of solidify that belief in your body. And you're going to find that you are at least closer to believing it now than you were. And then the more you do that, the more likely it is. Still a little repetitive, but it's not abusive in the way that I think affirmations tend to be. So it's kind of like a subtler way of going about that. Another option is to actually not worry so much about the beliefs in general and just learn to start thinking nothing, because it's generally easier to think about nothing at all than it is to switch from a negative belief to a positive one. And while this may not get you the belief that you're looking for, if you can learn to meditate and think nothing, then you can actually start to work with beliefs you already do hold that support the belief you want to insert. And then you can kind of work through a belief spiral where you take the belief you want, you put it in the center, and then you take something you already believe that is related to it, and then work through that, basically looking for evidence again of ways in which the center truth is actually true in your life. And then by the time you reach the center, ideally you're going to have enough evidence that you can just kind of adopt that new belief structure. So any of these methods can be extremely effective as far as rewiring your brain and getting you more focused or more created rewired so that your life actually reflects the belief that you're trying to insert into your system or into your brain or into your life or whatever you want to go with. So all things considered, I think all of these methods are going to serve you much better than just daily affirmations tend to. I do think coming up with affirmations can be beneficial, but rather than just trying to smash them into your brain with repetition, take the affirmation that you are trying to insert and utilize one of these methods with it, and you're probably going to have a much easier time. It's going to be a lot faster. It's not going to be as painful. And overall, you're probably going to have an easier time maintaining that belief as well. So I hope that helps. I know it's been amazingly beneficial in my life. Try it out.